Everybody, we are back with another review, and today we got these lit premium hemp wraps. So without further ado, let's hop right into this review. So we got the Paradise Express flavored lit culture premium hemp wraps. You get 2 large hemp wraps in this particular pack. We did the twisted hemp, I believe, last week, and those have 4 in them, but they were a lower tier on the quality scale, at least in my opinion. 100% made with hemp. We got GMO-free natural product, tobacco-free, but yet it has all these crazy warnings on the back here. Not for sale to minors. Tobacco, nicotine-free does not mean safer. This is a smoking product, which means it produces various chemicals or substances which may be dangerous to your health. So, I mean, I just don't get it. You eliminated the thing that everyone claimed was the most harmful product in the equation. So like when you buy a Rillo, it's got the tobacco in it. It's made of tobacco leaf. It's a tobacco cellulose pressed leaf. It's got a bunch of chemicals and flavoring sprayed on it. You've removed all that and you just have the wraps now, and it still has the same warnings. I mean, there's more warnings here. There's actually 3 here. When I buy the Swishers, there's usually only 1 warning on there. It's a Surgeon General warning, and that's it. And then it says this product can expose you to chemicals which are known in the state of California to cause cancer, birth defects, or other reproductive harm. It'd be nice to know what those chemicals actually are. You know, that would be something that would be interesting to be able to see that. And I wonder if you can find something. Free River Distributing, I wonder if you could contact this company and find out exactly what the chemicals were that triggered this warning to be needed to, you know, have added to the pack. Because I wonder if it's the flavoring, if it's the curing process, if it's something that they put in with the plants, the plant cellulose material before they make it like a fruit roll-up, basically, which is what the wrap basically is like a dried, pressed cellulose. I think it's like a, what is it, like a laminate? Yeah, it's like a laminate wrap. Surgeon General's warning. Cigar smoking can cause cancers of mouth and throat even if you do not inhale. So yeah, cigar smoking. That's interesting that they call these a cigar, even though it's branded as a hemp wrap. Because cigar traditionally would, I guess, include tobacco. So that's just interesting that they have these on here. I'm not sure if this is something that they just have to have on these particular types of smoking products. But I can tell you one thing. When we look at rolling papers, even some of the flavored varieties that are made in the U.S., they don't have warnings like this. So it makes you wonder, what's the difference between these wraps and a rolling paper, and what is the actual chemicals that they're putting on here, or the additives that they're putting on for the flavoring that's making it so toxic. So these are questions you should be asking yourself before you go buy these packs. I know they're convenient. You could probably get this for either 2 for $1 or $1 a piece, depending on the type of gas station you go into, or your local smoke supply shop, I guess you could say, would probably charge you $1 for one of these. But again, it's a little bit of an alarming thing. We've been doing a review on these hemp wraps for, I think, about almost 2 months now. We've been going through a couple brands, and so far the only brand I actually even enjoyed personally was the High Hemp Wraps. So, and then there's, hang on, the one tip bandit is the Lit Culture Tips. They only give you 1 tip, which is interesting, because you basically have a choice to either smoke one of these with a tip, or to smoke neither of them with a tip, or you get to reuse the tip that has a bunch of tar and resin in it, and then you got to smoke through this. Because it's basically, if you think about reusing tips, I know a lot of comments came through on the biochem tips, the hemp tips that we did that are reusable. And, you know, they talk about how great it is to reuse them, and you can get maybe 4 or 5 passes through without having to swap them out. But something when it comes to paper like this, it's really going to retain a lot of the flavor. And essentially what you're doing is, if you reuse this tip in these lit wraps, you're basically going to have the first couple drags, which are usually the most flavorful, are going to taste like you're basically smoking through an ashtray. So that's something you're going to want to watch out for as well. When you reuse paper tips, you're going to get that taste, because the paper is going to absorb everything that you're smoking, especially if you smoke a whole one of these. That's a lot of smoke going through this little paper filter tip. So keep that in mind when you go to reuse filter tips. I don't know why they give you one. Just toss 2 in there. It's ridiculous. Made in the US. What's going on here? Come on. You got better pride than that. Litculture.com, 1-800-413-LIT-C. Call them up. Tell them to put 2 tips in the pack. What the heck? So you got plastic, this little plastic wrap protector on it. We have the straw on the inside, which is, you know, I guess to keep the structural integrity. The plastic wrap helps keeping it moist. It helps keeps it from crackling and cracking. And yeah, the paper itself, this is, let's check out the paper itself. It's a thick paper. It definitely has a feel to it like it is two pieces, which the other one was. So I would imagine this flavor would be as well. Let's see if we can use our fingernail to start separating it. But you can see that it is 2 layers. So we're in that situation again. Where why are you doing double layers for us? I mean, if anything's going to cause cancer, like it says on the back of this pack here, chemicals that are known to cause cancer, birth defects, or reproductive harm, I imagine whatever's in this paper, smoking double it is probably going to doubly get you in a harmful situation. I don't know why you'd give us 2 wraps pressed together when you could just give us 1 wrap, like the high hemp wraps did. They did perfectly fine. We did the test. We were able to see with our own eyes that they didn't crack. We left them out for 5 minutes, which is usually how long you would need to leave a wrap out if you're in the middle of rolling it, even if you busted it open and then started to roll, you would have enough time to get the prep work done. But you get the point that I'm trying to illustrate here. We got 2 layers of wraps pressed together. There's no way this is good for you to smoke two papers over 1 paper. It's literally smoking half of what you're intending to smoke. Most people get this, they think it's 1 wrap. It's 2. If you can separate these pretty seamlessly, some of the zigzag ones and what was the Juicy J ones, they were really easy to separate. And then you got 2 wraps. So then basically you have 4 wraps for the whole pack if you could separate them. But I still don't understand why they do this. I understand that it's probably because they don't want it to dry and crack and they want it to be super hydrated so the substrate's a little bit thicker. I get that. But I don't know why that they're doing this when they could just make the paper a little bit thicker in the beginning and not have to put 2 of them slapped together. It doesn't have to be super thin, paper thin. I mean, this is actually not thin in itself at all. I mean, yeah, it's floppy because this part has glue on it and it's heavier, but when you take that part with the seam off with the glue and you just have the paper itself, I mean, it's not floppy or anything like that. You know what I'm saying? It's just a normal piece of paper, and this is totally thick enough for you to be able to roll in. I mean, look at that. I mean, that's totally perfect. I don't know why they do this with the double wraps, and I think that's something that's kind of disappointing to me when it comes to these hemp wraps because it's moving into the right direction. Yeah, we're rolling with hemp now, but we're doubling up. So it's like a step forward, but a step back. So anyway, if you like these lit, I don't know, hemp wraps, doubled up hemp wraps, Paradise Express wraps, it really didn't even have a flavor to these particular pack, which is why we didn't even go into the flavor. This was probably the most mildest, weak flavor there was. Hint of coconut, if you really want to know what the flavor was like. But other than that, Paradise Garbage is basically what I'd call this particular flavor of wraps. So yeah, if you like these wraps, let us know in the comments below. If you've tried any other type of lit wraps and you like the flavor, let us know in the comments below as well. And yeah, if you like this video, give it a thumbs up for more content like this where we review garbage wraps and garbage rolling papers and good wraps and good rolling papers. Subscribe for more and have a great rest of your day.